Big shout out to everyone that left a comment under this community post. And Andrew, that's a really good question, so I wanted to discuss it.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, we're going to dive straight into this. So Andrew JS2187 says CP3 and Fasel will be in the starting guards, or will be the starting guards. But what's going to happen with the backup rotation? There's going to have to be an odd man out between Castle, Branham, and Wesley. I think it's probably Branham. I'll be honest with you. I think that Branham is kind of the easy choice, only because he got so much hate this past season. And I think that when we're talking about the Spurs, we're thinking about how we had no defense in the backcourt, right? Like no defense whatsoever. I mean, and Branham was part of that as well. But one thing that I think Branham did really well, that I feel like he could end up getting minutes over Wesley, is his three-point shooting. His three-point shooting was very impressive, and everything that we would be trying to get, or we would get out of Wesley, or what we would want out of Wesley, you can more than likely get that out of Castle. And I just think Branham coming off the bench with Castle actually works a little bit better in that rotation. If we're looking at Branham's last month of basketball, he shot nearly 43% from three. The month before that, 26%, and the month prior to that, 39. Now it goes down quite a bit when we're going back to January, where it was 25%, but it's back up in December at 37%. So I would say pretty consistently this season, he shot fairly well from behind the arc. And I think that that's one thing the Spurs will be lacking. And I think that's one thing that he can bring. And that's just how much faith I have in Castle with his defensive ability. And I think we have a much better defensive rotation this upcoming season. Still got to get some more players, but right now I think it's pretty decent. Not bad whatsoever. Now you're looking at Blake Wesley and his three-point shooting. He did not stretch the floor well at all. Still working on it, right? Still working on it, but about 30% his last month of basketball. Prior to that, another 30%, pretty consistent there. February was 16.7%. Before that was 14.3%, and then 0%, which I won't hold that against him. I mean, he only shot 2 threes, as you can see, and then he shot no threes in the month of November, so can't hold that against him. But overall, as far as when he put the ball, when he shot the ball from behind the arc, it was not pretty. It was not great. And that's something he's definitely going to work on. Now, when it's all said and done, I will say this, when it's all said and done, and this is only temporary, I do think that Wesley will be a better player than Branham. I mean, he just has all the tools in his toolbox for that to happen. He has pretty decent playmaking ability, really good defender. I won't say great defender, but really good defender. Athleticism is out the roof. So I do think that he has everything on his side in that regard. And I do think that Branham, his best ability will be his pick and roll ability, just playing off of the pick and roll and running the pick and roll. But unfortunately, when it comes to this team, I don't know how Branham will fit eventually. But right now, as we're standing, I do think that Branham actually fits with this team a little bit better than Wesley, at least in this rotation, until CP3 is out of the picture. I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with. If I had to pick someone to be out of the rotation, I'm going to say that Wesley could find himself out of that rotation. And that's really just me harping in on the fact that Branham is really going to help in an aspect of the game that we really need, we desperately need. But yeah, he shot amazingly the last couple months of basketball. So, but yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Those are just my thoughts. I forgot about this game. I forgot about that 5 for 8 against Philly. That was pretty impressive. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Those are my thoughts. I'll get with you guys later. Until next time, man. Bye.